Heading back over the mountains from this to this. 45 and beautiful. We got sun. Should be a beautiful week for a build. Let's do this. Woohoo! Here I am out in Plain, Washington. Just drove over the pass and it's beautiful out here. We're getting ready to start the build and I just love coming out here when nobody's out on the job site yet. Check out this job site. This is where I get to work for the next month. Pretty cool. We got all of our materials set up. Just blessed to be out here. Check this out. That's the view. There's a river right on the other side of those houses right there. And like I said before, we're right up the street. But this is our job site. We got all the panels laid out and we're surrounding our lift so that we can pick all the materials from the lift as quick as possible and easily without us having to do it by hand. It's just me and Jake doing this whole build. We got all the insulation stored over here and we got the, let's see, can we see that? I got this new camera, by the way. I'm using it right now for the first time and we'll see how it turns out. So instead of using our phones to do all this, let's see how well is that turning out. Guess you can see it. All right, so there it is, our heavy timber floor frame. All the beams are in. Those are 31 foot long. And the actual measurement on them is 6 1/4 by 8 1/4 beams. So they're pretty heavy. Jake and I were able to handle those over and get them over, as you can see on the video on the time lapse. But we were really glad to get past that stage and we can use the lift for everything else. Knock on wood. So there you have it. We're gonna get going. Jake should be here pretty soon. He decided to stop and get some stain, which is a great idea. We're gonna go ahead and stain our ridge beams that are up high. We don't have to cut those in. Those are stained a different color and make them pop. Then we'll put it in place and build it versus having to cut it in later. And then if it gets scuffed up, we can just do a couple touch-ups, but just lessons learned to make things go quicker. So here we go. Okay, here's our framework for the floor. Building a cradle. We got all this in here and we're gonna put these sheets down to lay at the base and that will seal everything up so critters won't get up in here, and then we can fill this whole thing with insulation right up to the top. Yeah.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
That's how Sean does it.
That's how we do it. Just got all the insulation in the floor and look at that. That makes me so happy seeing how flush that is to the floor, and then all the CLT floor panels are going to go right on top of that. That's our next step. That feels good to get that down. Probably see better over here, and it is completely sealed. No vermin getting up in there. We just got our floor framing signed off, so we're able to move on to our next step. Start putting on the floor, start busting out the CLT panels. Exciting. Here we are.
Good morning.
Day 4. Cheers.
Cheers.
Got the floor laid yesterday. We're gonna finish screwing it down today, but we're super happy with how that turned out. I mean, just all the way down. It's looking pretty dialed, super square. And today is, what is today, Jake?
Today is wall panel day.
Wall panel day.
Excited about it. That's when this thing really starts to take shape.
No kidding. The neighbors are going to, they've already been walking by. They're curious about our foundation. What's going on here? It's like, hey, we heard you guys are the guys doing the crazy foundation. We've been checking out our floor, but it's gonna be pretty dramatic how quick this goes over the next few days. This thing's gonna look like a dollhouse by the end of the week.